Hey, this is another YouTube battle with the killer Nacho. Today I'm playing MgsWarrior2 from the Pojo forums, and this battle is long. Without me speeding it up, it's about 45 minutes, which is insane. But I start with Hippodon, he starts with Tyranitar, he has to switch out, so I set up the free stealth rocks. I'm predicting either Earthquake, Waterfall, or Ice Beam, or Avalanche, so I switch into something that can take it, Gyarados. I have to taunt him here so he doesn't keep cursing at me. Stupid cursing Swampert, you have to watch your mouth. But yeah, it doesn't do much damage to my Gyarados with that Avalanche at all, so I mistakenly feel safe to Dragon Dance. This is probably a misplay, I probably should just switch out, but oh well, I play like a noob during this part anyway. So here he's just attacking me as I take this opportunity to Dragon Dance up, and with him keeping using Avalanche, this is probably a mistake, because at the end of this, the damage output isn't going to be worth losing my Gyarados. So that kind of sucks. Yeah, sucks balls. So I decided to just attack him, and that's not nearly as much damage as I thought it would be. So yeah, I'm going to do damage calculations more now. But I sent in Celebi here. I'm trying to leech seed him, but he just switches out like he probably should into. Oh, that's right, Cad Lily, and that eats my leech seed. So I'm going to Calm Mind and see what he's going to do, and use Toxic, which forces me to switch out. It's not a big deal because I have Natural Cure, but still. And I switch out into Hippodon here. And here I'm just walling and stalling his team, so it's sped up to like ×6 for your enjoyment. You might still want to get some popcorn, it takes a while. I make a lot of good predictions here, but he manages to set up this 2 Toxic Spikes, and I don't really want to switch out my Hippodon because of it. But here I just make a lot of good predictions, and I manage to do a lot of overall damage to his team, which probably what makes me win in the end. As you can see, I'm just doing a lot of damage to his team here. And he grass knots me, which is annoying. Now, I make a nice prediction and decide to slack off instead of going for the kill, because that's what I predicted that he'd think I do. So I get that slack off, which is nice. And then he energy balls me, which is really unexpected, actually. Most Gengars don't carry that, but I just roared away. And thankfully it's something that's slower than me, one of the 2 things it is, so I can slack off again. So that's pretty cool. And I take the free slack off here. I have to roar this thing away, but I get flinched the first time, of course. Then comes this thing, and I actually think that he predicts now that I'm going to slack off, so I just kill it with Earthquake, which is an awesome prediction on my part. Lets me get rid of that annoying Crad Lily, which I know is carrying Recover. So in comes Gengar, and I'm thinking I have to switch here. So I switch into something that can eat it, aka Celebi. Ready for me. So he energy balls me, like expected. And he retreats to his Garchomp as I just use Psychic. No, I don't really know what he's going to do. I don't know anything about this Garchomp, so I decide to stay in. And he uses Fire Fang. And judging by the amount of damage it did, I think it's banded. And especially since it didn't do any life orb damage or leftovers, I'm pretty much sure now that he's banded, so I switch into Tyranitar to eat the Fire Fang, and now that he switches out, it just confirms it completely. And as you can see, I predicted that and got the free Dragon Dance. Now here I think he's going to curse, so I decided just to attack him. As you can see, I'm thinking about it though. And it does a lot of damage, and he curses. And instead of letting it die like as Death Fodder like he probably should have, he actually just switches out to Fortress. Oh well. As you can see, I got a lucky crit there, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway, because I know, as you most know, this carries Earthquake. So the crit didn't really matter. But it does allow me to use Crunch again, which actually does matter, because it would disallow him to predict it and switch into Gengar. And I have to stay in here, because my Tyranitar is useless at this point. And, of course, it misses. That's just my luck, right? I could have killed that with it too, but that didn't happen. So I switch in my Choice Scarf Garchomp, which is obviously outspeeding his Choice Band Garchomp. And I feel safe outraging here now that I know the rest of his team and knowing that nothing resists it. So that's what I do. So I send in he sends in Swampert, which is really weak at this point, so that's that's just Death Fodder for him. Depending on how you look at it, unluckily or luckily, I do get a third Outrage here. But it doesn't quite KO this Tyranitar, which becomes his last major problem that he has for me, because he Dragon Dances. I could have risked it here, but I decided just to play it safe and switch out to something like my Death Fodder, now Hippowdon. I was thinking maybe my Hippowdon could survive 2 hits and manage to KO it with Earthquake, but looking at his health again, I decided that's not possible, so I just treat it as Death Fodder like it is. And if he decides he wants to go for the Dragon Dance again, well, that would just KO it, so. That's okay, because I still have my Garchomp available, which can KO the rest of his team, but I'm going to actually show off my new guy, because, it's cool. I send in Deoxys-S, which is completely awesome, by the way. As you can see, my hit points is higher than most Deoxys-S, because this is actually a plus HP plus special attack modest Deoxys, so it's not as fast as other Deoxys, but it can KO more and can take some hits. Because Deoxys has actually pretty good defenses. Shh, don't tell anybody. I want it to be surprised. But, I Ice Beam him twice. I do get the Freeze Hacks, which probably did matter because he was carrying Crunch. But that was minimum damage anyway, so there you go. I also have Focus Blast I could have used. Anyway, good game. Hope to battle again soon.